Good day, everybody. This is the Hermit Modeler coming at you from the Junkyard Diorama again today. But first, we're going to start out with showing some of the product that we used in our work on it. This is all woodland scenics. We used their fine leaf foliage, olive green, dark green, and dead foliage. We used their briar patch of dry brown and medium green. We used their clump foliage of burnt grass, their coarse turf of burnt grass, and their underbrush of olive green. Those are the main products we used today. There was also a mixture of different grasses and such that I kind of threw together there. That's just all kinds of stuff mixed in for that. Now, we're on to the diorama itself. And we have our 56 Ford, we might as well start there, has now got some of the dead grass and dead foliage and some live foliage around it, as did everything else. We've kind of buried in the pickup on one side. I've left the other side open because I'm not sure what I'm going to do over there yet. This whole back side is a lot of it's depending on what I do with that mobile home. I'm actually thinking of building a bigger one than what I was even planning. I found what I really like. It's a 1952, which is a special year to me. So but it's a little bit longer. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do back there. So I've left that whole area back in, from clear back over in there, back to the wall over here. That's all being left open at the moment. So anyway, back to our areas. We've got a lot of clump foliage that we've thrown in between the vehicles to make bushes and such that will make it very difficult for people to get out and get parts off the cars. This is kind of a small junkyard, one where the owner would know most of the people that came out and would just let them go get parts because they're all trusted. So we're not worrying about the poor owner having to get out here and get stuff, and just let the people dig for themselves. So anyway, we have another tree that has fallen over on the 65 Ford. It's in the process of dying. We have our, let's take a look down with our lane. Oh yeah, let's see, we're starting to really define that lane going down there. And we've had some dead trees. And boy, this is a tricky position to get into. Maybe we'll get that from the other side. But anyway, we'll show you what we've got going on with some more bushes. And we've almost buried in our junk pile down in there. The 64 Oldsmobile Cutlass. That's been kind of interesting. I've had the hood partially open on that, and I thought about shutting it and decided instead I'd put a little tree growing up out of the hood. And in the process, I decided to put another tree in front of the car. And when I did that, I kind of pushed the hood up. And I go, you know what? I really like that. It looks like one tree is pushing up while the other one's pushing against. And let's see. Our junk pile back in there is getting buried too. The hoods, those tailgates, all that's getting buried. We'll get to that from the other side. But you can see how the shrubbery is starting to blend in and make it all look, well, just smoothed out. And I don't know there's a word for that. I'll come back to it later when I can think of it. Our poor 63 Pontiac is really getting buried in trees. So is the 57 Ford. Those and the Mercury 66. Yeah, 66 Mercury. That's starting to get buried too. Our older vehicles now got trees and shrubbery around them. We put some more stuff growing out of the old road bed. Got a lot of things growing around these vehicles. Our Corvette now has trees growing out of the hood of it. Kind of a sad thing to do to a Corvette, but oh well. I did it anyway. Let's see, the 55 Chevy over here has got some things growing out of it. Pardon me, I've got a wall behind me. This is as far back as I can get. We got another dead, dying tree there beside the 64, another one there. And let me back up. Now that I can get back, You can see that what I was trying to show you. Now we're going to zoom up over, get the airplane view of it. And we got things growing out of the 20s, 30s vehicles there. And you can see how they're getting blended into the patchwork. And now we're coming back on the other side of that service truck. And our race car hauler, pardon me, it's getting buried in there too. Trees growing up around the truck. And just showing that these things have not moved in many, many years. There's a whole story behind all this. Now you can see how we got trees growing up out of the Chevy back window there, one of the back windows of that. And our junk pile's got stuff growing out of it. All this is just work to blend in the scene, to give age. And let's see, we got down here at the end of our road bed, we got a dead tree growing there. And once again, we get the lane from this side. Our junkyard dogs haven't had to move yet. They're happy so far. But now you can see how we got all the pile of stuff going up from that way there. So it's interesting. I do this, but I'm not sure how to describe what I'm doing. I suppose that's kind of, I guess you call me an artist. I don't know if I would or not, but I guess that's the thing about, when you do this stuff, you just do it. And then when it comes time to describe what you did, you go, I don't know how to say that. So anyway, so there's a 58 Chevy getting really buried in there good. That was one of my focal points, and I've kind of unfocal pointed it, I guess, now. So let's just take one last airplane ride over this. I'm going to kind of move slow because this thing doesn't like to move fast. It loses its focus. So anyway, hopefully we're focusing good. It looks blurred to me, but then when I see the finished product, it's usually okay. So, but try and give you an idea, because if you're wanting to do something like this, it gives you some ideas of what to do and probably a lot of ideas of what not to do. Okay, let's see, can we get, if I move back here. Okay, I've got this shelf in the way, trying to cut my neck off, but I think I can give you a view here of these cars in this line and what I've done with them. And once again, we'll try and get you an airplane view from this side of those vehicles there, the junk vehicles there. Sitting beside the building is still getting buried in. Our building itself. And one last view over this airplane view. I'm trying to move slow so that this thing will focus for you. And I guess we started with the 56 Ford. Shall we come down and end with it? So this is the Hermit Modeler. I hope you've enjoyed this view of what I've done with the landscaping around these vehicles now. And be sure and tell your friends, hit the like button and that subscribe button, and ring the bell so that you get future episodes as they come. I do thank you for stopping by. The Hermit Modeler. We're off the air and gone.